this was find the two derivatives, is it? First and second derivative, yeah? Okay, so find the two derivatives of y equals x, 9x to the power of a third, 18 divided by x to the power of a third. Bring the power of the third to the top, and what we're going to get now is we're going to get 9, we're going to still have 9x to the minus the third, plus 18x to the minus the third. Differentiate. Differentiate once, and what we get is the third goes to the front, multiplies by the 9, you get 3. Take 1 away from the power, you get x to the minus 2 over 3. Next one, multiply minus the third by 18, and you get minus 6. Take away 1 from the power, you get x to the power minus 4 over 3. Differentiate again, put d2y dx squared down. What we're going to get is multiply minus 2 over 3 by 3. You're going to get minus 2 when you multiply them. Take 1 away from the power, x to the power minus 5 over 3. Multiply 6. Minus 6 multiplied by minus 4 over 3. That is going to give us plus 8. Plus 8 x, take 1 away from the power, and you get minus 7 over 3. Okay, that's our answer for the second derivative. Moving on. Okay, 35. If 35 is minus 4 to the square root of x, find the second derivative and then replace x with 9. So, first derivative is f dash x. F of x is now going to be minus 4 x to the power of a half. Multiply a half by minus 4, we get minus 2. Take away 1, we get x to the power of minus a half. Differentiate a second time. Minus a half by 2 is 1, x to the power of minus 3 over 2. Next thing you gotta do, this is f double dash x. F double dash 9 means replace x with 9. So it's going to be 9 to the power of minus 3 over 2. Go to your calculator. We're going to put that into the calculator and see what we get. 9 power minus 3 over 2. And what we get there is 1 over 27. The answer is 1 over 27. Okay? Moving on. Number 40. Phi is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. Find the VDR. The VDR means differentiate once. Differentiate r's. So the only part you're concerned with is the r cubed. Differentiate r cubed, you get 3r squared. 3r squared multiplied by 4 over 3 pi. The 3's cancel, and you're going to end up with 4 pi r squared. R, get r on its own. 2r equals 5. R equals 5 over 2. Now equals 4 pi 5 over 2 squared. Put that into the calculator. I think we're going to get 25 pi. Okay, moving on. 43. If y equals 3x squared plus 2x, show that y multiplied by the second derivative equals minus 3x multiplied by the first derivative minus 6x, and all of that should turn out to be 0. So here's what's going to happen. Okay, the y dx ends up to be 6x plus 2. 2 multiplied by 3, 6. Take 1 away from the power, 6x. 2x just turns into 2. Okay, differentiate again. Second derivative is 6, and that turns into a 0. Let's put it in. Y is 3x squared plus 2x. We're going to multiply that by the second derivative. The second derivative is 6. Might as well put the 6 to the front. Minus 3x times the first derivative, and then minus 6x equals 0. So what we're going to get next is this, guys. We're going to get 6 multiplied by 3x squared is 18x squared. 6 multiplied by 2x is 12x. 3x by 6x is 18x squared, minus 3x by plus 2 is minus 6x. It's another minus 6x there. You can start crossing off. The 18 squareds cancel. The 12x and the two 6x's cancel. 0 equals 0. Okay, 45. Same thing again. Except this time what you're going to do is this. There's a lot of indices in here, so it is actually tough. Bring x to the power 2 to the top. Y equals x to the power minus 2. Differentiate once. You get minus 2 to the front. Take 1 away from the power. Minus 2x3. Differentiate a second time. Bring the minus 3 to the front. Multiply by minus 2. You get plus 6. Take 1 away from the power. X to the minus 4. Now that we've done that, we need to fill in the equation with the values we just got. Okay, so look at this. Okay. Now, y times the first derivative. Y is x to the minus 2. X to the minus 2 multiplied by the second derivative is 6x to the minus 4. Okay? Second derivative squared plus minus 2 x to the minus 3 squared minus 10y cubed minus 10 times x to the minus 2 to the power of 3. Now guys, you got to remember all your rules of indices. If I gave you this question earlier in the year, x3 multiplied by x4, you tell me x7, you add them. If I gave you this one here, x3 to the power of x4, you'd say x12, because this time you're multiplying them. Look very closely. 6 is 6. I now have x minus 2 multiplied by x minus 4. Add them. When you add them together, minus 6. Add them together. Okay, next one. This one here can break up into two parts. The two parts it can break up into is this. Okay, I'm going to show you a trick. We all know that 8 squared is 64. 8 in turn is 4 multiplied by 2. 4 multiplied by 2 squared should also be 64, because it's the same number. Now look what I can do here. I can square the first number and square the second number, and I can get 16 multiplied by 4, which is still the answer of 64. I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay? So when I'm doing this in my head, what I'm doing is this. I'm separating out the minus 2. I'm going to square the minus 2. And beside the minus 2, I'm going to square the minus 3. When I square the minus 2, I get plus 4. When I square this one here, 2 multiplied by minus 3, minus 6. So it's going to be 4x to the minus 6. Yeah. Okay. Finally, minus 10 unaffected. It's the brackets we got to look at. Once again, multiplying. X to the minus 6 equals 0. You can see they're all the same thing. So 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. 0 equals 0.